Once upon a time, in a village where the sun kissed the earth with warmth and the wind sang through the trees, lived Amma. She was not just a girl, she was like a rare gem, shimmering with beauty and grace. Her skin glowed like the golden sun, and her eyes sparkled like the stars on a clear night. People would travel from far and wide just to catch a glimpse of her smile. Amma was loved by everyone, not just for her beauty, but for her kind heart and wise words. She could weave baskets that were strong and beautiful, and her dance moves could tell stories that made the elders nod in respect. But in this village, there was a tradition. When a girl became a woman, suitors would come, bringing gifts, hoping to win her heart. And for Amma, the most beautiful girl in the land, many suitors came. They brought gold, rare fruits, and fabrics as bright as the rainbow. Among these suitors was a prince, the bravest and most handsome man in the village. He had a smile that could light up the darkest room, and courage that made him a hero in everyone's eyes. Amma's mother, a wise woman with eyes full of dreams, would often say, "Amma, my child, the prince is a good man. He will make a fine husband." But Amma, with a gentle smile, would shake her head. "Mother, my heart is not ready. I seek something different, something that even I do not understand yet." Her mother would sigh, a little worried but always trusting Amma's wisdom. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, and still, Amma did not choose any suitor, not even the prince. Each time Amma refused a suitor, the village buzzed with talk. "Why does she refuse them?" they asked. "What is she waiting for?" The elders would shake their heads, puzzled but patient. They knew Amma was not one to be rushed. Her decision, they believed, would come in its own time. But little did they know, the answer would come in a way none of them expected, changing Amma's life and the entire village forever. And so, the days flowed on like the river, steady and unchanging. Amma's beauty and spirit were like a beacon, drawing everyone to her, yet she remained like the moon, distant and enigmatic. Then, one faithful day, in the midst of a bustling market, when the village was alive with colors and sounds, a stranger arrived. He was not like the men of the village. His clothes were of fine fabric, the likes of which had never been seen before, and his walk was confident, with a hint of mystery. This was Adewale, a man from the city, with eyes that seemed to hold stories of places far beyond the village boundaries. Adewale's arrival stirred curiosity among the villagers. Who was this man who carried himself like a prince from a distant land? His gaze soon fell upon Amma, who was bargaining for fabrics. Their eyes met, and for a moment, the bustling market faded into a hush. Adewale approached Amma with a grace that was both commanding and gentle. "I have traveled many lands," he said, "but never have I seen beauty and grace such as yours." Amma, taken aback by his boldness, found herself intrigued. Here was a man different from all she had known, speaking of worlds she had only dreamed of. In the days that followed, Adewale became a frequent visitor to the village. He told tales of the city, where buildings reached the skies and lights danced through the night. He spoke of his travels, of the different people he had met, and the wonders he had seen. Amma listened, her heart alight, with a curiosity she had never felt before. Amma's mother watched this new suitor with a wary eye. "He is a stranger, Amma," she cautioned. "We know nothing of his world." But Amma, captivated by the promise of a different life, felt a pull towards Ade that she could not resist. In a decision that shocked the entire village, Amma accepted Ade's proposal. They would marry and move to the city. The news spread like wildfire, and the village was abuzz with talk. "Amma is leaving us," they said. "She has chosen the stranger." On the eve of her departure, Amma stood under the starlit sky, her heart both heavy and hopeful. She was leaving behind everything she knew for a life unknown. It was a leap of faith into a future as mysterious as the man she was about to marry. Ama's journey to the city with Adewale was like stepping into a dream. The city was a tapestry of sounds, lights, and colors, buzzing with life at every corner. Buildings towered towards the sky, streets were alive with people from all walks of life, and the air was filled with the scents of exotic foods and spices. Ama's eyes sparkled with wonder as she took in this new world, so different from her tranquil village. Adewale's house in the city was grand, with rooms that opened to beautiful views and walls adorned with paintings and artifacts. Ama felt like a queen in a palace, her days filled with new experiences and discoveries. Adewale showered her with affection, and for a while, everything seemed perfect. But as the novelty of city life began to fade, a different side of Adewale emerged. It started with small things, a harsh word here, an impatient gesture there. Ama, who had always lived surrounded by kindness, felt a growing unease. She tried to understand and adjust, believing it to be the stress of his work or the pace of city life. Then came the first instance of abuse. It was a shock, a painful jolt that shattered her world. Adewale, the man who had spoken of love and dreams, now revealed a temper that was cruel and frightening. He would shout at her for small mistakes. As if that wasn't okay, he would go to the extent of beating her if she tried to speak up for herself. Ama found herself walking on eggshells, her days clouded with fear and confusion. Every time she spoke with her mother on the phone, Ama's voice would tremble with the effort to sound normal. "Everything is fine, mother," she would say, hiding her tears. She couldn't bring herself to tell her mother the truth, that the man she had chosen, the life she had dreamed of, was turning into a nightmare. Her mother, sensing something amiss, would ask, "Are you truly happy, Ama?" And each time Ama would swallow her pain and reply, "Yes, mother, I am happy." It was a lie that weighed heavily on her heart, a mask she wore to protect her mother and herself from the truth. As the days passed, Ama's once bright eyes began to lose their sparkle. The city, once a place of wonder, now felt like a prison. She missed the laughter of her friends, the warmth of her village, and the simplicity of her old life. Deep down, she knew she had to make a choice that would change her life once again. One evening, as Adewale was away on another of his trips, Ama sat alone, the weight of her sadness heavy on her shoulders. It was then that the truth dawned on her. She had made a mistake. The life she had chosen with Adewale was not her destiny. She yearned for the love and safety of her village, for the life she had left behind. In that moment of clarity, Ama made a brave decision. She would leave. She would return to her village, to her roots, to herself. It was a decision that brought both fear and relief. Fear of the unknown, of facing the village she had left behind, and relief at the thought of being free, of being true to herself once again. With a heart heavy yet hopeful, Ama embarked on her journey back to the village. The road was long, each mile filled with thoughts and memories, like leaves fluttering in the wind. She thought of her mother, her friends, and the life she had left behind. Fear and uncertainty gnawed at her, but a stronger feeling pushed her forward, the longing for home. As she neared the village, her heart began to race. How would she be received? Would her mother forgive her? Would the village understand? The sight of the familiar landscapes, the hills she had played on as a child, the river that had sung her to sleep, filled her with a bittersweet feeling. When Ama finally stepped into the village, It was as if time had stood still. The same old baobab tree, the huts, the children playing in the dust, it all looked the same, yet she felt different. With hesitant steps, she made her way to her mother's hut. Her mother, seeing Amma, rushed to embrace her. The hug was warm and full of emotions: love, relief, pain, and forgiveness, all mingled together. Tears flowed freely as mother and daughter held each other, words unnecessary in the face of such a powerful reunion. Amma apologized, her words a mix of regret and hope. Mother, I was lost, but now I have found my way back. Can you forgive me? Her mother, with tears in her eyes, replied, My child, there is nothing to forgive. You are home, and that is all that matters. The villagers gathered around, their faces a mix of surprise and joy. Amma was back, the girl who had left to chase a dream and had returned to find her reality. She spoke to them, her voice steady, yet full of emotion, sharing her journey, her mistakes, and her learnings. And that is the end of Amma's tale. Now, what's the morals? You see, this story teaches us the importance of self discovery, the value of embracing one's roots, and the strength found in community and forgiveness. It highlights that true contentment often lies in the familiar, and that resilience and learning from mistakes are key to personal growth and happiness. I hope you enjoyed the story. If so, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more tales like this one. See you on the next one.